Hello and welcome back to Kidocracy at Large. I'm Siddhan Chandra and here every Saturday to speak of kidocratic education that is happening in the world. This is education led by minors and minorities towards educating adults and the majority. Kidocratic education aims to unite and integrate the 99% towards ruling and regulating the 1%. Last week there was a blast of hope for the right to dissent and freedom of speech in India. Disha Ravi, the Fridays for Future environmentalist who had shared a document supporting the farmer strike and had been arrested for sedition, was allowed bail by an additional sessions judge, Dharmender Rana. His bail order memorably noted, "The offense of sedition cannot be invoked to minister to the wounded vanity of the governments. The perusal of the said toolkit reveals that any call for any kind of violence is conspicuously absent. In my considered opinion, citizens are conscience keepers of government in any democratic nation. They cannot be put behind bars because they choose to disagree with the state policies." Hoisting Modi on his own petard, the judge quoted a couplet from the Rig Veda, which translates as, "Let noble thoughts come from all directions." He affirmed, "The right to dissent is firmly enshrined under Article 19 of the Constitution of India. In my considered opinion, the freedom of speech and expression includes the right to seek a global audience. There are no geographical barriers on communication." The online magazine The Wire connects Disha's arrest with Modi's rantings against international conspiracies February 7th onwards. This was right after Rihanna and Greta Thunberg had tweeted their support of the striking farmers. The farmers were striking against farm laws passed without their consultation that endangered their livelihood. Modi had thundered repeatedly at election rallies that India would respond to these conspiracies with all its might. And within a week, Disha was arrested for conspiring with pro-Khalistani separatists. Modi's crushing of dissent began in earnest in 1918 when a number of intellectuals and activists from all over India were arrested for their work supporting indigenous people and Dalits, an oppressed minority. They were blamed for inciting riots at a public event that was celebrating a Dalit victory 200 years ago against upper caste oppression. They were smeared as conspiring with Maoists and plotting the assassination of Prime Minister Modi. And the Supreme Court, towing the line of the government, went along with the police. Those public intellectuals arrested and still languishing in jail include the following: Surendra Gadling, a lawyer; Surinder Davale, a journalist and poet; Mahesh Raut, an anti-mining activist; Shoma Sen, an English professor and feminist; Sudha Bharadwaj, a lawyer; Gautam Navlakha, a journalist; and Varvara Rao, a poet. The most recent have been Stan Swami, an 83-year-old Jesuit priest, and Anand Teltumde, a Dalit Marxist historian and grandson-in-law of Dr. Ambedkar, the chief author of India's Constitution. This was followed by the stripping of the autonomy of Kashmir and its occupation by the Indian military in the summer of 2019. After that came the Citizenship Amendment Act that further targeted the Muslim minority and ignited student protests all over India. In 2020, Modi's government passed the farm laws which endangered their livelihood. And when farmers of Punjab went on strike, they were blackballed as pro-Khalistani agitators. And now in inciting the police against an environmentalist, Modi was using the same divide and rule tactics that he had used against Muslims, Dalits, and farmers. For the first time, Modi has tumbled in plain view. Suddenly, a judge who does not toe his line has appeared to defend the value of dissent. Difference of opinion, disagreement, divergence, dissent, or for that matter, even disapprobation, are recognized legitimate tools to infuse objectivity in state policies. An aware and assertive citizenry, in contradistinction with an indifferent or docile citizenry, is indisputably a sign of a healthy and vibrant democracy. An aware and assertive citizenry is indeed the goal of kidocratic anti-fascist education. Fridays for Future, led by children, is building an international democratic movement through which minors and minorities are co-creating a systemic change. To democratize our fellow citizens is also to save our planet. What does a just green recovery for the whole planet look like? It is up for each of us to imagine that and co-create it. Till next week, bye.